Hey, this is Disco. We are back with Dark Souls 3. We are in the Undead Settlement. New area, directly after defeating Vort of the Boreal Valley. So, Vort was, he's an easy boss. Maybe not for new players, but definitely once you at least start at a couple characters, or beaten this game a couple times, then he's not that hard. Sometimes, though, his charge attack can catch you off guard. And, of course, sometimes you can get a little cocky and screw up and then die to Vort, which is humiliating. I've done that before. It's embarrassing. So, coming up, we have these dogs, but I will be skipping ahead right now. There we go. Dog's dead. Sometimes I'll do that. I'll just skip ahead until certain mini enemies are dead. There is an NPC right over here. You can recruit him and follow his questline. I won't be doing that because following his questline does unlock a quote-unquote bad ending for Dark Souls. Or more like, not like bad, but more like, the evil ending, I should say. And I won't be going for that one. So all the enemies here are fairly squishy. If you roll into them, you can actually cause them to stagger, which can actually be useful when they're kind of close together like this, because they can still quite easily kill me because I'm not wearing armor. And I probably will never put on armor throughout this playthrough of the game, just because, well, I've always valued fast rolling, and I never liked being tanked to begin with. That playstyle, that tanky, slow, but powerful playstyle, it's not for me. Not that I don't like strength weapons, it's just I never liked being slowed down. That's the problem. Oh, on that corpse over there is Loretta's bone. That is a key item you can give to an NPC called Grey Rat if you free him from his cell back at Lothric. I didn't do that because his questline, it doesn't really give you anything besides his ashes later on, and it wouldn't benefit me in this playthrough. So as I said before, we were getting quite a lot of charcoal pine resin and a little bit of the smaller pine resins. Because all the enemies here, all of them are weak to fire, except for that bitch by the giant fire over there. She's scary. I think these enemies are called evangelists. They are pretty tough. She has a giant mace that is deceptively long-reaching, and it hits very hard. It's hard enough to where if she hits you with it, it'll most likely knock you back, unless you somehow block it with a shield. So as you can see, I died in 2 hits, and that was just embarrassing. That was disgusting. Embarrassing. Disgraceful. Really. But anyway, as I said before, those evangelists are deceptively scary, and for some reason I decided to go back because there is a Titanite shard that I missed, and I want to get as many as possible before we reach the 3rd area of the game, the Crucifixion Woods, which is kinda hard. There's these giant crabs that are introduced, and luckily they stick to the swamp areas until we get to the DLC and another late game area. Other than that, you won't be seeing the crabs for quite a while. But right now, we're going to run back across this bridge and unlock the next bonfire. Okay, another bonfire lit. Now we're gonna go up this building and free the pyromancy teacher. I forgot his name. Anyway, we need him because later on I'm going into the catacombs. I'm gonna get a pyromancy tome that will allow me to have a fire buff on my weapon. I thought about increasing my FP just in case I might need it, but the casting time for the spell, it's kind of slow no matter your casting speed. But the buff is good. So, yeah, it's good. This is the pyromancy teacher. Tell him, yep, I want to learn from you. Go warp back home. Pick up the axe. You know, we can sell it for meager souls later on. There is a fire clutch ring right over here after we defeat this dude. The fire clutch ring, it increases your fire damage. However, it also decreases your fire resistance. So all these clutch rings that you'll get throughout the game, they're kind of like the Dusk Crown that you get from Dark Souls 1. Actually, you can get it in this game too. It's in the swamp. Yeah, so it basically, you know, increases the damage of whatever element the clutch ring has, but it also decreases your resistance. So like later on, we're going to be getting a lightning clutch ring in a late game area, and there's going to be an optional boss in that late game area. And I do not suggest that you wear the lightning ring against this optional boss because he casts lightning. And it is, it's painful. I think I only fought him once, and I don't remember how I beat him. I wish I could have recorded that fight, but I think at the time I was just cursing so loudly that by the time I beat him, I didn't really feel satisfied. I just felt angry, which is just a great feeling during a boss fight. Alright, well thank you so much for watching. In the next one we will be taking on the optional area for this place. We'll be meeting our favorite Onion Knight, starting his quest, getting a few rings, befriending a giant, and then fighting the boss.